Yesterday we started talking about translating words into algebraic expressions. We had an example like a number plus 5. Okay, and we had to turn this into an algebraic expression. Well, when we were doing that, I asked you to annotate what you were writing as you read it. So a number could be represented with a variable like an x, plus would be a plus sign, and then 5 is just a number, so you just write it. And you can see as you do this, as you're annotating while you read, you are writing out the equation or the expression. So these words could be translated into x plus 5. Okay. So today we're going to continue doing that, but we're going to talk about turnaround words. All right. Turnaround words are words that switch the order of the variables and numbers that you're writing. Okay. There's 3 turnaround words that you will deal with in algebra class. To, from, than. Okay. Anytime you see these 3 words, that means that we are turning the order of the letters, the variables and the numbers in the expression or the equation. Let's look at a couple of examples. On your paper number 1, we have a number more than 5. So a number, we can use x to represent a number. More, if you go back and look at the words that we talked about yesterday, more means to add. Than is one of our turnaround words. Okay? These turnaround words, and I want you to circle them to remind you that we need to flip things around. You can even draw little arrows to remind you got to switch stuff, and then 5. So normally, writing this out, you would just write x plus 5. But the turnaround word means we need to switch the 5 and the x. Okay? We're adding a number to 5. That's what's happening. That's why it would be 5 plus x. So we would end up with 5 plus x. Next example, 28. We have a number, 28. Again, we have the same thing, more than, so plus. We're going to flip or turn these things around because of the turnaround word. And then a number, we'll just use x. 28, instead of writing 28 plus x, because of the turnaround word, we're going to write x plus 28. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal? 5 plus x is the same thing as x plus 5. X plus 28 is the same thing as 28 plus x, because we're adding. And when we're adding or multiplying, it isn't really going to make much of a difference. But normally when you get these turnaround words, it's because we're doing a subtraction or a division problem, which does change what happened. We're changing the order of the letters and numbers is going to make a big difference in the problem. So number 3 is a good example of that. We have a subtraction problem, a number. So again, we'll use a variable. I'm just going to use an x. Less means to subtract. Than is our turnaround word. So I'm going to draw little arrows to remind me I need to flip these things, and 17. So instead of writing x minus 17, we're going to do 17 minus x. Okay? You're taking a number away from 17. So you're starting with 17, then you're taking x or the number away from it. That's going to be different than if you were starting with x and you're taking 17 away from that. Next example, we have 7. Less means to subtract. Than, again, is another turnaround, or is our turnaround word. So we're going to flip those things. Twice. Twice means to multiply by, that's right, by 2. Twice a number. And a number, I'm just going to use x. You can use any variable you want. So now, instead of 7 minus 2x, we have 2x, we're multiplying a number by 2 and then subtracting 7 away from it. So we would end up with 2x minus 7. Next example, number 5. We have a number. Again, any variable you want. I prefer x. Added means plus. We have the word 2. There's our turnaround word. So I'm going to flip the order, draw the arrows to remind me, and then 14. So instead of x plus 14, we're going to have 14 plus x, because we start with 14 and then we're adding the number to 14. So it'd be 14 plus x. All right. Next one. 8 added to the quantity. 4 less than a number. We're just going to skip over this one for right now. Go back to that later. Number 7. We have a number subtracted from 32. So a number, again, use x. Subtract it means minus. From is our turnaround word. And then 32. So I have 32 minus x. And then last we have 12 subtracted from, turn around, a number. So instead of 12 minus x, we would really have x minus 12. So annotating these things is not any different than the way we were doing it yesterday. It's just we have to be careful and watch out for those 3 turnaround words: to, from, than. Anytime we see those 3 words, that means we are going to flip the order of the numbers and the letters in our algebraic expression.